Why copying other people training on the internet would be a bad idea? In my opinion, it's not. I copied a lot of people training in many occasions. But the problem is you need to have your own context. You need to consider your own reality. If you consider all of that, then you can copy. For example, I really believe that this reality that we live now, with a lot of people, including me, filming their training and posting on the internet, I believe that this is a very good thing because give us variability of of trainings for us to see. You see different people, different realities, all of them showing their trainings on the internet. I believe that this is really, really good. But we need to consider carefully in what reality we are. For example, if you are starting and you are looking for someone who have been training for long years, you need to take that in consideration. If you have a body composition that is very different from the people that you are trying to copy, you need to take that in consideration too. Let me give you an example. I always train martial arts, and at a certain point, I want to start to run. About 2 years ago, I want to start to run, and I start to following a lot of different YouTube channels about running. Very fast, I noticed that my reality was very different from that guy's. Most of them, the only sport that they do is running. Their body composition, they are much lighter than I am. I weight 93, 94 kilos. They weight, in most cases, 60 kilos, 65 kilos, something like that. They run very fast. They run every day. They run long distances. For me, all of the situation would be different because I wouldn't apply myself only to running. Running for me would be something to support martial arts. So I needed to take all of that in consideration, and then I start running. So the way that I run is very different from the way that those guys run. For example, I run less times during the week. It's not my most important training of the day. Um, I run slower than them. So, all of that. But nevertheless, I am copying them in a certain way. Let me give you another example. Calisthenics guys. I like to do calisthenics, but same thing. A lot of people who have to deal that practice calisthenics, they are lighter than me. You know, in calisthenics you have to pull your body up in many different exercises. If you are someone that weighs 60 kilos, it's easier for you. So, what I did, I adjust the calisthenics training for my reality. The pull ups, I do them. The push ups, I do them. But for example, they stand up push ups. I enjoy doing them. But those guys, in most cases, they are able to do them without any support, without doing them next to a wall, for example. Then I adjust for me what I do. I do the exercise, the handstand push ups, but next to a wall. So I have the support of the wall. You just have to adjust for you. It's not that difficult. So if you take that in consideration, I believe that it's very good to copy people because, like I said, you have lots of people showing their exercises. This is very good because when you think about that, you realize that there are lots of ways. And for beginners, it can be actually extremely useful because it is going to give you direction, reduces confusion, and it will get you moving somehow. So, in my experience, it has been always a good thing. But the reality is this: in many occasions, internet, it's something that happens. I don't know how to name this precisely, but you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes in internet things happen in a certain way. For example, this stuff that I am commenting here, the phrase that I pick on the internet was this. That let me just check it here, but was something like this. Why does copying workouts from the internet almost always fail? You know, like if you always have to have um, a personal trainer or something like that, and I'm not telling you that having a personal training is bad either. It may be a very good thing, but some people prefer to train alone. Other people, they don't have the means to pay for uh, to a professional to support them. So, different realities we need to adapt. For example, in my case, I have been training for many years. If I could find someone to help me in my training, I would enjoy. But the thing is, at the same time, I am so used to train alone every day that for me, it's something like it's just something that I enjoy doing alone every day. Especially now that I have my daughters and I am support them in the martial arts training. But I like to train with other people in certain situations when I want to progress in a specific point. I ask help from from friends at the gym and I train with them. So you just need to think in your individual reality. Each one of us, we have a reality. So, for example, if you are someone who wants to test things alone, you can do it. You have to do it with responsibility. You have to be careful, all of that. All right, but you can do it. On the other hand, if you think just the opposite, oh no, I want someone to guide me, I want someone to support me, same thing, you can do it. If you feel more comfortable with that, it's okay. You can do it the same way. You see, in the rule here, the thing that we need to pay attention is not if is right or wrong to copy, but you need to be honest with yourself. That's the most important thing. Because otherwise, what may happen is this: you may end up doing something that you do not enjoy, that you think that is not good for you. But you may be fooling yourself to think that that thing is good. For example, this community of runners. If I'm if I wasn't honest with myself, I could end up trying to be a runner. Because if you check up the community, the channels, they have a huge community with lots of people, all of them training, all of them running. And this community, um, maybe it's different outside of the internet, but for example, in the internet here in Brazil, I wasn't able to find a community like this of the running people with the martial art people. So, if I wasn't honest with myself, I could end up doing things that I don't have the best capability to do. You know, that I'm not, that it fit myself, it's not the best fit for me. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now here. So then, as long as you are honest with yourself and as long as you consider the reality, you are going to be okay. Because think about this: if you consider the reality, you will consider your real position. For example, about running again. What is the reality? The reality is that I weight much more than the average running guy. This is just reality. So I need to respect that. You know, if you respect that, you can't go wrong. Actually, this is not rocket science, I think, but it is good to get in touch with this truth, because in many occasions people do the exact opposite of that. That's what they do in many occasions. Because why is that? Because you see everybody doing what they are doing. Especially as we age. For example, in my case, I am 47 years old right now. And so as we age, we need to be wise. Let me give you another example. This is not about copying anyone, but I was doing my training at the martial arts gym, and in the legs part, I was hurting myself in many occasions. Then I was talking to a friend, and we realized that I was exercising too much my legs. A lot of squats, other kinds of exercises, just in the martial arts gym without weights. Think about that. Too much repetition, you know, in certain exercises, more than 100 repetitions, because this is the way that the martial arts training is. So I was thinking about the considering everything, thinking about the subject. Then I realized, oh, maybe it would be better for me if I enter in a gym to work with weights, to do my leg exercises there, to do my leg workout there. Because then I will do less repetition with more weight, and then I'll get my legs stronger. Because in the other parts of the body, I can work them with just the the weight of the body, doing push-ups, pull-ups, stand-up push-ups, other things. But with legs, for me, it's not as simple as that. I will prefer to use weights. And that's why I'm going to uh, a gym to work with weights, specifically in my leg with my legs, just once or twice a week. I'm not going to go there the other days to work out the other parts of my body. So you have to notice, I'm doing something very specific for my case. Oh, but you are going to waste money because you are going to subscribe to a gym just to go there once a week. Yes, exactly this. And uh, um, I do not have problem with paying the entire amount to work out every day, but going there just once a week because I'm doing the best thing for me, specifically for my reality. So, taking all that in consideration, you are going to put together the best training for you. And for me right now, this is the best training that I believe that is the best for me. You know? So, my friends, this is all that I have for you today. Thank you all that are tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you think about this subject, and I see you in the next video.